my name is Rachel Sanborn, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Nat Forest. I have been teaching virtually since September of 2020, and today I am going to teach you how to make your homepage in Canvas super cute. This can be used for Canvas, and it can also be used for other things like Bitmoji classrooms and pictures on Clever and other places too. It could even be used in like a signature of an email. So those are some bonus places that you could put it. But the primary goal will be to put buttons on Canvas. So we're going to be personalizing buttons and making your Canvas homepage more aesthetic and student-friendly. The what, again, is personalizing buttons for Canvas. And the why is because this is super great for students who are not yet readers because you can include pictures and you can include different colors that make buttons easier to navigate within Canvas rather than using the navigation tool on the side that just has words and no pictures. It's also super great for students who aren't readers who are readers because it does bring some more engagement and excitement to your page. So I'm going to show you how to do this by sharing multiple resources that can help you make buttons, and I'm going to give you a demo of how to use these resources. The whole excitement about buttons is that teachers can make different buttons to fit their class and to make it more exciting for their page, to fit their needs. So I'm going to show you some examples, but then after this video for your application piece, you'll want to kind of play around on your own and see what makes sense for you and what you like for your classroom, for your online classroom. So we're going to start by showing you some buttons that are on my class. So again, I teach kindergarten, and these are the buttons on my homepage for Canvas. The students log in and they can click these different buttons. They can click Daily Slides, Zoom, Daily Routines, Help, Raz Kids, Clever, Flipgrid, and Khan Academy. And I've linked each of these buttons to another page. So basically, the buttons are just an image that I've uploaded into Canvas. I made the image and then uploaded it into Canvas. And then I linked a different page to that image. So if I clicked on Daily Slide Decks, then you can see the little arrow. It turns into a finger, which means it's clickable. So I've linked like Daily Slide Decks, so when they click Daily Slide Decks, it takes them to my modules page. So this can be a lot easier for little kids because there's just a bunch of words over here. That's like a really long list. And it can be more helpful for that, and can also help for older students too because it has visuals, it has like fun, engaging things, and of course we want to start our day always with excitement and colors and cute things. So I'm going to show you some resources now that I'm also going to give you. I'm going to link it with this video. The first resource that I want to show you is this resource, which is kind of like a base guide for making buttons so that you don't have to completely start from scratch. I don't take credit for this. I found this somewhere on Facebook. There's so many amazing Facebook groups out there for teaching online, and this is from one of them. I don't know who made this, but whoever made this original base is awesome. I think it's someone from another state. So this is a slide that I'm going to link with you, and when you click the link, it's going to make it into a forced copy. So you're going to click yes, make me a copy, and then you'll have this, and you can edit it and change it, and you'll be the only one who has access to it. So you can just change everything away and don't even worry about changing things because you'll be the owner since you made a copy of that slide. So this has a couple base directions in it. As you can see, each button basically is like an image. It's a square or a circle or a rectangle, and then you can put text and pictures on top of that base shape. You can also change the color, you can change the text, you can change the picture. So, for example, let's say that we want to make a button. Let's say, well, I have circle buttons on my page, but let's say we want to make a button like this, like a little fancy swirly button with, I don't know what this is called. But yeah, let's say we want to make one of these buttons. So, one thing we can do if we want some really cute text is we can go to yaytext.com. I know, it's kind of a silly website name, yaytext.com. And we can pretty much type in anything we want here and we can get some really cool text, some cool fonts. There are fonts that you can use in Google Slides. If you want to use a Google Slide font, you just click this text box button and then click where you want the box to start. Hold down with your finger on your keypad or your mouse and then drag it over and then let go where you want it to end. And then you can just type in it. And then you can like highlight it all and you can choose like the texts that are just in regular Google. But sometimes I like more exciting text than this. And that's where the yaytext.com can come in handy. So on the yaytext.com, let's say I want to make a button for, I don't know, what do I want to make a button for? Like my science material. So maybe I would write science. And then I can scroll down and I can see science in all these different texts. Here's one where it's like has slashes. Here's one that has like underlined dashes. Let's see. Oh, here's one with stars. Let's keep going and see if we can find. Ooh, yeah, now we get some cool ones. Oh, there's some cool like italicized. Ooh, I don't think my kids can read that. Let's skip that. Ooh. So many ideas. What do I want to use? Ooh, I think I like this one. That's kind of like outlined. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here where it says copy, and I'm going to copy it. And now that I've copied it, I'm going to go back to my presentation for buttons. And I'm going to just Control V to paste it. Now I can make it a little bigger. Let's click up, 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 more. And there it is. I can drag it over and put it on my button and boom, there is a button. I want it to be centered. I want it to be centered. Be centered. Okay. So this is how you can make different fonts. Here's another cool thing that you can do with buttons. Our stuffed mascot for kindergarten is Mabel the elephant. Let's say I want Mabel to be one of the buttons, and maybe like that's where I put all my phonics stuff. So I could go to Google search and I could look for a picture of Mabel, or I could just take a picture of my Mabel that's at my in my classroom. But let's say I don't have my Mabel, so I can scroll around and pick out a Mabel that I like. I think I want Mabel like Wonder Woman Mabel, because that's one of our units. Okay, Wonder Woman Mabel. Oh yes, okay, here's a Wonder Woman Mabel. I think I want this Mabel. So I'm just gonna save this image by right-clicking and then clicking Save Image As. And I want it to save to my desktop so it's super easy to find. So I'm just gonna name it Mabel. Mabel. And click enter. Okay, now I have Mabel downloaded and you can see it's down here at the bottom. So I'm gonna go to this website to make this really cool button. And this website is called remove.bg. BG stands for background. And it removes the background of an image. You could take a picture of yourself and put yourself as a button. You could take a picture of classmates and have them as a button. It's pretty cool. So you just drag and drop. And now it's doing its magic. And there is Mabel without a background. So let's say like it didn't do it perfectly over here and I don't really like that. So we just click edit. And we're going to click erase. You can also restore it in case you make a mistake. I'm going to make it really small so I don't mess it up. And you can just really carefully erase, erase, erase. Fix those spots that I missed. Fixing it carefully. So carefully not to cut off her crown. We don't want to get rid of Mabel's beautiful crown. Let's get rid of that because it looks like a horn or something. Let's get rid of over here by the ear. Steady, steady, steady. And then let's make it bigger and just get rid of all this. Okay, so we've gotten rid of it now. And we're going to click download. And then it's going to save Mabel without the background. We can come back to our button. Now I want to show you what it looks like before we remove the button. It would look like this. That doesn't look very good, right? It looks kind of weird. But with the background removed, it looks like this. And now we can put it over and it doesn't have the background. And we just made a Mabel button. It's so cute. You can do this with any images you want. Like maybe you have a curriculum image or something else. So you have buttons, you have a button slide, all these base buttons. You have cool text that you can add for your buttons. You have images without the background that you can add. And now I want to show you one more really quick way to make buttons. This is kind of separate from this slide. This slide is like one way, and then there's another website that's kind of like the quick way if you want nice buttons, but you don't really care if they have pictures on them. So there's this website called clickminded.com/button generator, button-generator. And in this, you can pretty much customize how you would want a button to look, but without all of the like drag and drop and all of that stuff. So how you do that is you would just type in your chat box, whatever you want, let's say science. And then you can just choose everything here, and everything is just like multiple choice. You can choose the font. Let's see. Okay, there's a font. What do we like? Do we like this font? Do we like this font? Ooh, that's kind of nice. And you can choose if you want it bold. You can change the size, make it bigger or smaller, change the color. You can pretty much customize like everything. You can add text shadow to make it look more 3D like this. You can add the button shadow like this so that it looks like a kind of 3D, and you can make this bigger so it looks really 3D, like a real button. You can change the color. And then when you're ready to use it, you can just click download. And then go to wherever you want to download it. Like if you want to download it in Canvas, you would just go to Canvas. And you would make a new page. Or let's say you're just editing your home page, so you would just click edit from your home page. And then you enter a button by dragging what you just made and dropping it right in. Okay, my drag and drop isn't working right now, but here's another way to get around it. You can click insert, you can click image, upload image, and then drag and drop whatever you just made. So there's our science button, and click submit. And there's our button for science. Or click insert, image, upload image, and you can drag a different button that you made. So like let's say I want one of these buttons that we made earlier. I would just type snip into my search bar of my computer to use the snipping tool and click new. I can snip this button like this. Drag and drop to snip the button. And then start it at the corner of where your button is and drag it all the way so it goes a little past your button. And then you have your snipping tool. You can save your snipping tool as a picture. Let's call this Mabel button. Go back to Canvas. And then you can upload your button that you made from scratch. Mabel button. The trick is remembering what you name things. That's my biggest trick because I have so many things saved. Submit. And there's our Mabel button. So just to recap, there's 2 ways to make buttons that I'm showing you in this video. Number 1 is to use this slide deck that I'm going to link for you. Use this resource to edit the way you want things, to add text by using yaytext.com or by adding a text box like this and then choosing what font you want. So there's 2 ways to make buttons. This is one of the ways. You can also use your image background remover to make images for your buttons. So this is the first way, is the slide deck. And then the second way is to use clickminded.com button generator, where you just type in words and it pretty much does everything for you, and everything is like a drop-down menu. The only thing about this is that you can't add images with your buttons. So this depends on what you're going for and what age of students you are working with. After you insert your buttons, make sure to save your page. If you're wondering how to make buttons line up this way, let me show you really quick. I'm running out of time in this video, but you can just come down to a blank spot on your page. Click over here. There's like a little picture of a table. Click the table button. Decide how many buttons you want. Like if we just have 4 buttons, we would just make 4. And then this is how you align your buttons. You just put your buttons inside your table and you center them all. Centered. And then your buttons will be nice and lined up the way you want them. And they won't be like randomly like up and down like that. So again, in this video, we learned about personalizing buttons and making your Canvas homepage more aesthetic and student-friendly through using buttons. Again, this is a great tool for students who are not yet readers and want pictures like the Mabel button for their buttons and their navigation. And I shared multiple resources that will help you make buttons and gave you a demo of how to use these resources. Before we say goodbye, I also want to show you really quick how to insert a link to something. That way your students can click the button and the button will work. This is the very last step. And no matter how you make buttons, this is how you're going to set up the buttons to be active. You just click the image and click insert, click link, and then if the link is something like Raz Kids or a different website, you're going to click external link and just copy and paste that link right here, click done, and boom, it'll be linked. If the link is inside of a course, like you want to link modules, you will just click the image, click insert, click link, and then click course links. And you have this list of places that you can link to it. Like if I want them to go to their grades when they click Mabel, I would just click grades here and it makes it yellow, which means it worked, and then click save. Now when they click Mabel, it will take them to the grade book. So make sure you do that last step to link the button, otherwise the buttons won't work. That last step is super important no matter how you decide to make your buttons. I hope this video helped you better understand how to make your buttons more aesthetic and student-friendly. And I will link these resources with this video so that you can find them easily. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!